Hey, sofrito lovers, this is Ben Ramos bringing you another mukbang from my palatial home here in the Northwest Bronx. The Bronx is the home of hip hop and salsa. I am bringing you some Panda Express. I can't even talk, mi gente. My brain is fried. Summer program fries your brain. Be around 150 kids all day. Trust me, it will happen to you. I am bringing you some Panda Express. I've got some fried rice, some lo mein. I've got some mushroom chicken, some Beijing beef. And right here, my third side is the hot orange chicken. Apparently, there's a spicy orange chicken. I'll be tasting that for the first time. So, frito lovers, it's been too long. It's been about close to 3 weeks, I think. 2 or 3 weeks. So, frito lovers, let's start it off with some lo mein. Porque hay hambre. I am starving. Mm. 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 Mushroom chicken. With a lot of zucchini. Mmm. So, frito lovers, Panda Express from one of the first Panda Expresses that opened in New York City, opened up on Fordham Road here in the Bronx. Now you can find more pandas everywhere, but a few years back, there were only like 2 or 3 that opened up around the same time, and one of them was near me in the Bronx. So, Panda Express OG New York. Let's get some fried rice in. Mm. So, frito lovers, forgive me for the absence. It's summertime. My summer program is up and running. The work hours are crazy. The work hours are debilitating. Let me have some Beijing beef. Today was a good Wednesday, so I have some time, some energy. So, frito lovers, I love you, but I'm not going to bring you some tired, mediocre, sad video because I've been working all day. I would rather bring you a good, calm, I'm hungry and I'm ready to talk type of video that you're getting right now. It's been a rough couple of Wednesdays, mi gente, pero I'm here today. So, frito lovers, I'm here today. I love you guys. It's good to be able to reconnect. Plus, I got a good kind of funny, ironic story. As you read from the title, in the last month or so, I keep having run-ins with these animals. I'm going to tell you guys right now. I'm not an animal lover. I'm not. Do I want pets in my life? Absolutely not. Do I hate animals? No. But I don't exactly love them. I don't want pets. Never really admired pets. I don't want to spend the money. I'm just not into it. I think I like other people's pets. But I would not be a good pet owner. I'm not cut out to be a pet parent. I'm just not. But apparently the animal kingdom and the animal community of New York City does not like me. In the last month or so, there have been some interesting run-ins with some New York City-based animals that have not gone well for me. that you would think will make an animal enemy out of me. It hasn't, but you know, I'm being cautious. Actually, guys, let me before I get into the ridiculousness of my life. Look, this is the hot orange chicken. I am not the biggest fan of the orange chicken, period, but I tend to really like whenever I order from Panda. If I see something new that I've never had, I try it once. Hot orange chicken. Well, I think somebody messed up on that. Wait. Yeah. There's a very subtle, yeah, very subtle back of the throat type of heat. Very subtle. Barely registering. Maybe the whatever hot sauce this wasn't, I've ordered this at night. It's like around 8 something right now. Maybe it's like one of the last batches of the day. Wow, that really is not that much different than their regular orange chicken. I'm feeling a little bit of a back of throat heat, but it's not intense. It's hardly anything. It tastes like orange chicken, which the orange chicken is okay. It's good. I don't order it all the time. I think there are better things on the menu, but okay. I'm not mad at it. Little smoky, little hot. Not bad. Usually panda items are a little more interesting, more engaging, more of a flavor explosion. I don't know. I'm gonna take another bite later. Maybe the one I just bit wasn't really coated in whatever hot sauce or whatever. I don't know. Sofrito lovers, 3 weeks ago, as I was leaving my school and, minding my own business, making my way home, as I reached Jerome Avenue and was turning to walk home, this woman came down the steps from the subway station, from the train. If you live in the Bronx, or if you don't know this, many of the trains in the Bronx are elevated. I believe with the exception of the D train, which is underground, most of them are elevated. So of course, they're elevated, so you have to walk down to the street from the train station, which is above you. This woman was walking down with one of those dogs that was very interesting. It's like an Asian breed of dog that they say is, even though it doesn't look that much like a wolf, is actually very closely related to a wolf. More so than even huskies and those types of dogs that are made to aesthetically look like they're wolves, but they're not. I forgot the name of the breed. I'm not a dog breeder. I'm sorry. I don't know much about dog breeds, but I do know that this type of Asian dog is very closely related to wolves, even though it doesn't look like a wolf at all. Genetically speaking, it's closely related to wolves. Not that this matters. Sorry, tangent. So as I'm walking by her, this woman, she comes down. I'm walking by her. We're close. I can't help but admire the beautiful dog. So as I see her, I'm not stopping her to make a conversation. I don't stop people in the street that I don't know to talk. But as I'm closer, all I said was, "Wow, your dog is beautiful." And she said, "Oh, thank you." And she stopped. I wasn't really stopping. Her stopping made me stop, but I was like, I'm not engaging in any conversation. This was supposed to be like a hit and run compliment. I don't talk to strangers. I don't care about your life. I just wanted to let you know. I just wanted to say out loud, you have a beautiful dog. She stopped and was like, "Oh, thank you. That's really sweet," which of course is nice. "Do you want to pet the dog?" And I was like, "Oh no, it's okay. I'm okay." And I don't know, maybe the dog got offended because he kind of jumped and snapped at me. And she was horrifically embarrassed. He snapped at me. Of course, he didn't make any contact or anything. And it wasn't like exactly like it came at my throat or anything. And I didn't have my hand raised. But it kind of like jumped and snapped in my direction. And she was like enormously embarrassed and humiliated. Yanking the dog back. Talking to the dog like, "That's not how we, meet strangers." And he said that you were like, she was talking to the dog like if the dog understood human language. Like, "That's not how we make friends." And he was saying you were nice. And I was like, I'm okay, miss. I'm okay. He didn't come anywhere. He jumped and snapped at my direction, but He was nowhere near biting me, and I didn't even really react because I never felt, I never felt in danger or anything. I didn't feel, like I was being attacked by a dog. Not at all. But she was horrifically embarrassed and was apologizing profusely. And I was like, Miss, it's not that big of a deal. I still think your dog is beautiful. And she was like holding him back, admonishing him and holding him. And he never explaining that he never acts this way. And I'm so sorry. I made the joke that maybe he got offended that I didn't want to pet him. And I just walked away. But I thought it was kind of interesting. Like, she kept saying, he's always so friendly. I don't understand. I've never seen him act like this with another stranger. And I was like, okay, well, you never know. Dogs have, no clue. But yes, I avoided a vicious attack a few weeks ago by this cute little Asian type of dog. I have no, oh God, I don't even want to attempt to say what type of breed it was. It was just, I know that it's an Asian type of dog. So that was the first of 3 animal incidents that were kind of weird. That was maybe a month ago, 3 weeks ago. Maybe a week after that, I've talked about before that when my school undergoes construction, all these stray cats appear out of nowhere to live in the construction. Well, there is some construction happening near the school, but not on the school. And the stray cats go and they live in the construction sites. I've been known occasionally to befriend a couple of these stray cats. When I have a little extra money, let me buy a tuna can, open it up, leave it where I know they eat, so they can get a little extra food, a little extra protein, get some tuna. If I eat bumblebee, you can have bumblebee too. Occasionally I see this nice little tabby cat, very similar to a tabby cat that lived on the construction site when my school was having some serious construction taking place. It was like a very Garfield, Heathcliff looking cat. This one, though, is definitely not the same because it's way younger. It looks like an adolescent cat. Listen to me like I'm a cat expert. Adolescent cat. Okay, let's try another piece of the hot orange chicken. The Beijing beef is spicier than this. I don't know. Hot orange chicken. It's got the orange and the chicken, but it's missing the hot, in my opinion. Okay, so getting back to the point. See the tabby cat sometimes when I walk around behind the school. Run into the tabby cat on occasion. I think it's cute. I think it's adorable. I went into a close by bodega. I had some extra. I was buying myself some stuff. I had some money. Let me buy a big can of tuna. Leave it where I've seen it. Listen, when you got it, use it. What is it? Those who have should give, and those who have the most should give the most. Let me do El Gatito a solid. Let me leave it a bumblebee can of white albacore with the water in it. It'll have a soupy tuna snack or dinner or whatever. Paying it forward, So I put the food down, buy the tuna can, open it up, put it down where I've seen him around, and I decided to cross the street and wait a little bit. I said maybe the smell of the tuna will bring him out, and it did. He saw the tuna, started lapping at it, eating it. It was a nice sized can of tuna. Listen, if I was that cat, I'd be happy. Right? It's enjoying the tuna. And something occurred to me to get closer and look at it and admire it. That was my mistake. My mistake. Got close to the cat. Thought about the other cat that lived in the construction site, which liked me. Heathcliff. Another tabby cat. I was like, I wonder if you're Heathcliff's kid. You never know. I knew your mom or your dad, whichever physical sex that cat was. Male or female, I called it Heathcliff. Maybe this is one of Heathcliff's kids. Who knows? I wanted to get close to look at it because it was an adolescent cat. It wasn't a kitten, but it wasn't like an adult. I could tell it was like an adolescent cat. Again, here I am, Jackson Galaxy, cat expert. This cat was feral because the minute I got near it and the food, it turned to me. They do that thing where their fur stands in on end to make it look bigger. And it was hissing a blue streak. It was like hiss, 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 hiss. And I was like, okay, dude. I know when I'm not wanted, I'm going to back away. Folks, you're all on social media. Look up all the social media platform videos on cats that attack. Cats are vicious. I have no desire to be mauled. So I start moving away. That must have said to the cat, okay, homeboy's a wimp, because it kind of sort of lunged at me. It didn't like jump at me with claws, but it kind of like jumped and like pounced at me. It came close to me, but it didn't hurt me. It didn't hit me. It just came close to me in a nice little jump, which had me jump back as well because, again, I've seen cat attack videos on all social media platforms. I have no desire to have 4 clawed paws and a big mouthful of fangs sink themselves into the meat of my thigh or leg or stomach or arms. No, thank you. No. I'm a lover and an eater, but I am not a fighter or prey. I'm none of these things. And it really did like a nice, it was a good reminder how agile cats are because that thing jumped at me. I was like, oh dear. This tabby must be like half cougar or half puma or whatever, because it jumped a big distance at me. It came closer than I wanted it to be, and I jumped back, hissing, ears back, deep throat growling. I was like, teenage cat is not to be messed with. Again, it pounced at me. I jumped back, started moving away from it, took my book bag off and tried to put it like in front of me. If it's going to lunge at my face or anything, I'm going to try to put my book bag in the way so it sinks its claws in that and not the meat of my thigh or my stomach or my arm or any of that. I backed away, got away from it. It turned right around and ran back to the tuna and was happily lapping the tuna away. A good reminder that no good deed goes unpunished. I don't know if the dog had told the cat he was supposed to pet me and he said no. And the cat was like, don't mess with my boy. You diss my boy. So I don't know, some cat and dog solidarity happening there. I don't know. So 1 week, snapping dog. Of another week, giant cat attack. Culminates to this weekend. So, Frito lovers, I live next to a construction site. Yes, more construction talk. Guess what happens at construction sites besides the fact that stray cats like to live in the construction sites? You mess around in the earth and the dirt, dig ditches, do all this stuff. Rats come out. Yes, you heard the word rat. Next to my apartment building. Luckily, there are no rats in any of our apartments. As far as I know there's no rats in this apartment. But do we have rats running around the construction site and in the street and next to us and in our basement? Our basement access is outside of our building. So in order for me to access the basement, I have to leave my building, turn to the right, and go down, open up a cage, and go downstairs. Basements in New York City are known for being homes for rats. It is not uncommon for you to walk around and run into a rat in your tenement apartment. It's just the way it is. Guess what happens to me this Sunday as I have a big bag of garbage that I need to throw out? I open up the metal door that leads down to the basement. I'm smart enough and scared enough to always open up and look down to see if there's any rodents. Well, as I opened it and looked down, the coast was clear until a big giant brown rat made a beeline towards those stairs towards me. Your boy slams the door and jumps back 6 feet. If you're noticing a cowardly trend, then you're quite perceptive and good at pattern recognition. I jumped back and the rat popped out from the stairs and under the metal grate, which was the door. I swear it looked at me and then took its own right and ran into the construction site. A big, fat, brown rat. I think in New York City, the species is known as like the brown Norwegian rats that are, they are the modern day descendants of, rats that were brought from Europe, when this whole country was being colonized by Europeans and they brought their diseases and their vermin from Europe. I could be wrong. Any of you that are rat experts, correct me. Correct me in the comments below. But yes, a monster rat. Scary, big, very like the brownest rat I've ever seen. Usually rats are like gray or black. This one was a nice, very, very apparent brown that had no fear that I had opened the door and was trying to make my way down. It came running up those stairs. Went to its right and slipped into the construction site. I cannot wait until this construction is over, this building is built, because the stray rats that we see all over the neighborhood, we are a clean, wonderful neighborhood, but whenever construction happens, you see mice and rats and all other types of insects and vermin because you're disturbing the ground, you're disturbing the earth. Rats live underground. Rats live, in nests and all that, in burrows and tunnels and all that. So the more you're ripping up the earth and the foundation and all that, the more rats are going to pop up. About a month, from what I can tell, is almost a weekly animal attack. I apologize to the animal kingdom, which I'm definitely enjoying right now in this meal. Whatever I did, I apologize. I take accountability. I will never do it again. Please stop. Animal Kingdom, stop sending your New York representatives to get me. Oh, and I'm not even going to tell you about the pigeon the other day that swooped by my head. I was like, that's all it did is swoop by my head. Pigeons, you live in New York City, you're used to pigeons. Pigeons fly around all the time. And honestly, most of the time they fly, they come nowhere near you. But this pigeon flew like this and scared the hell out of me. That story was just cut and dry. Flew by me way closer, to the point where I could feel a little bit of the backdraft of the winds of the wings. Like, you know, I'm doing this and I can feel the air displacement. I felt that. The pigeon didn't hit me, but it was close enough that I could feel, you know, the wind, the air displacement of its wings. I was like, okay, the animals are uniting against me. Again, I apologize to the animal kingdom. I have no idea what I did, but I take accountability. I love and enjoy all of your brethren. I apologize. So, Frito lovers, I love you guys. I'm going to finish this off camera. I hope to see you guys soon. Como siempre, go out there, go have some culinary adventures, go taste for yourself. Como siempre, mucho, mucho amor. If you don't see me, one of these lantern bugs that are now invading New York did me in. Take care.